stopping us now. It's Monday night and we're live. Hi everyone, I'm Pribis. The long weekend is over. It's fully April. Spring is here. It doesn't matter what the temperature is where you are. We got the love of trivia to keep us warm. You know what else is making me feel nice and warm and fuzzy? Nick Shada has a special message for Gretchen Hubner. Will you go to prom with Nick? He seems like a good guy. Say yes. Shout-outs to Tuisaurus Rex, the kitty, the Sheridan family, the gang at Transportation Alternatives, Daniel Baez, Michael Bateman, and all of you. Yes! We have 1.1 million of you. It's hard to believe, but it is true. 1.1 million players competing against each other live right now. I know you got your phone charged, your Wi-Fi connection is strong, hopefully you invited a friend and you got that extra life. You know you can do that, right? Extra life for free. It's a good deal. Well, I know you're ready to play, so let's keep this short and sweet. You're going to have to answer 12 questions with 10 seconds. If you get them all right, then you win tonight's prize, which is $5,000. Yeah, $5,000 to end your Monday on and start your week with. It's kind of amazing. Let's get to it. Here we go. Q1. The phrase hit the hay generally means you are about to do what? Speak in tongues, slam dance, or sleep. Hit the hay might sound like old-timey slang for slam dancing your cow's food. No, none of that makes sense at all. It generally means you're going to sleep. The correct answer is sleep. Pretty much the opposite of what we're doing here on HQ. And 1.1 million people still in this game. Let's keep you revved up to Q2. The area where one practices Japanese martial arts is often called what? Dojo, Department of Justice, or DJ Tanner's house. I have a black belt, a brown belt, cerulean belt. If you're practicing karate, judo, or Rex Kwando, chances are you're doing it in a dojo. The correct answer is dojo. 1.1 million of you smarty pants, break the wrist and walk away to Q3. Are you ready? On a map, Italy is often said to resemble what everyday item? Boot, catcher's mitt, or wine glass? Italy, responsible for the best things like pizza, pasta, The Sopranos. Good old Italy with its unmistakable boot-like shape. The correct answer is boot. How fashionable, Italy! And 1.1 million of you got that. You're on a roll, boots. Q4. Which of these is a common synonym for instructional? Didactic, diametric, or diacritic? Welcome aboard, Flight HQ. I'm going to need you to fasten your seatbelts. Have a look at the screen in front of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I sounding didactic, aka instructional? Yeah, the answer is didactic. 600,000 of you got that. Sometimes you want to do the opposite of what you've been told, though. Don't move on to Q5. See? You little rebels, you. Q5. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon most famously syncs with what movie? The Empire Strikes Back, Apollo 13, or The Wizard of Oz? Apparently, you can also do this with the Oasis album, Definitely Maybe, and this is Spinal Tap. But the original iconic mashup is of The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is your answer. I love it. So cool. You got to watch the full version. And 277,000 of you got that. Dark Side of the Rainbow is the name given to the sync between Dark Side of the Moon and The Wizard of Oz. Q6. Henry David Thoreau's Walden detailed his cabin life in which state? Massachusetts, Vermont, or New Hampshire? 160 years before the premiere of Tiny House Hunters, Henry David Thoreau decamped to Concord, Massachusetts. The correct answer is Massachusetts. 71,800 of you got that, but we have our first savage question here at Q6, halfway through the game. Almost 200,000 people out on that. But HQ Matata, there's going to be more games. So he wanted to live in a small cabin and ultimately wrote about it in Walden. Sometimes I dream about going off the grid, but not yet, because we got Q7. Which of these demonstrates heliotropism? Polarized sunglasses, suntan lotion, or sunflowers? Helio, meaning sun, of course. So what's heliotropism? Solar-powered movie cliches? Like tropes? No, it's not. It's sunflowers. Sunflowers is your answer. 38,819 of you got that. So tropism means turning, just like sunflowers do when they're growing to follow the sun's path. Q8. Which of these video game consoles was released first? Sony PlayStation, Sega Saturn, or Game Boy Color? If you're old enough, you might have begged your parents for all three of these. I know my brothers did. But the first one would be the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn is your answer, and 24,657 of you got that. It debuted in 1994 in Japan. Panzer Dragoon, Virtua Cop, who could forget? Q9. In 1982, U.S. regulators began allowing American trains to phase out what? Ham radios, smoking cars, or cabooses? Ham radios, smoking cars, or cabooses? It's almost beach season, so it makes sense. We're talking about cabooses. I'm pro caboose, by the way. And 8,430 of you got that. Slightly savage question. But, you know, we still have 8,430 of you defying savagery. So, in 1982, regulators ruled cabooses, where conductors did paperwork, were no longer necessary. I wish that all paperwork was no longer necessary. Tax season. Q10. Which of these two-dimensional shapes has the most sides? Chiliagon, octadecagon, or enneadecagon? I don't recall learning this one in geometry. The craziest thing that we talked about was a rhombus. Are you staying chill in the chat? Because it's a chiliagon. Chiliagon is your answer. 1,708 of you got that, but we have a fully savage question here at Q10. Oh, that's brutal. You know, but it's okay because we have 1,708 of you thriving. So a chiliagon looks like a circle, but it's actually a polygon with 1,000 sides. 1,000 sides is my go-to option for the mall food court. Q11. In which of the following musicals does the first Holy Roman Emperor appear? Pippin, Spamalot, or Man of La Mancha? A lot of great topics in musicals. We've got Cats, we've got Phantoms, the French People, and the first Holy Roman Emperor, Charlemagne, kind of like the host of the Breakfast Club. And he had a son named Pepin the Hunchback, or in the Stephen Schwartz musical, Pippin. Pippin is your answer. 876 of you got that. You're finding your corner of the sky. Whose high school's doing Pippin? All right, this is it. The final question. Clear eyes, full brains. Can't lose. I'm rooting for you. You can do it. It's Q12. Which movie features an actor named Edgar Allan Poe playing a character named Edgar Allan Poe? The Crow, Night at the Museum, or Monkeybone? Edgar Allan Poe IV is an actor and a descendant of the master of horror Edgar Allan Poe. Poe IV has appeared in some great flicks, like Cape Fear and My Girl. In 2001, he got to play his namesake in a Brendan Fraser film that sounds like a Poe story. Monkeybone is the answer. Monkeybone for the win, and we have 443 winners. Yay, you! From almost 1.2 million players down to 443 winners. That is a huge feat. Chase the WX, I don't know, but I'm going to say YZ maybe. You won $11. For a pipette. It's no wonder you got the Pippin question, right? You're a pipette. KJ Campbell, 34. Such a cute kitty. I love that kitty love in those avatars. Don D, 1963, you got kitty love there too. You know, it's really not about the money. It is about the bragging rights, about feeling so smart that you got all 12 of those questions correct. Go 443 of you. That's an amazing feat. It's a party in the HQSA. You don't need us throwing you a bone anytime soon. I'm Sarah Pribis. Make sure you let me know how far you got tonight. Get you that new PB, personal best? Yeah, I'm trying to make PB happen. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, with more questions and more money to give away. You gotta play to win HQ though, so don't miss it. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.